On to you, Scorpios. You actually have the Six of Pentacles, and then you Scorpios have the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Swords for you. So, okay, so what's going on here for you, Scorpios? Happy birthday season, by the way. We just had Halloween yesterday. I was the Green Arrow. Nah, I'm BSing. Nah. I was doing archery yesterday. That's why I was saying I'm the Green Arrow. Bows and arrows. Yeah, I'm living my dreams. I'm doing the things that I want to do. And I'm having fun doing it. I'm actually getting the target more consistently because I'm trying out different grips and stuff like that. But on the bowstring, I actually have it. I'll show it to you at the end of the reading if you want. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that for you, Scorpios, is the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Swords is all about like steady fundamentals, right? Steady, even fundamentals. Your life is very simple around this time. You put work in, you get the value that you want out of it. The Nine of Wands very much so speaks about how, like I said, things are going well. The Ace of Swords, you could be getting to know a lot of people. The Ace of Swords also can, again, it can represent being a socialite, meeting a lot of people, being sociable around this time, having to be sociable around this time because people are in your face, right? Like you're just communicating with a lot of different people. And so the situation with that is a lot of you Scorpios are in a place where what you've got going on is that so you're just adapting with what comes, right? Like life is unpredictable sometimes. And so we have to adapt to whatever situation that we end up getting ourselves into, right? And people who are not very flexible, who are too fixed, end up not really being able to adapt. And so the thing is that you have the Judgment and the Six of Swords, though. So you're being delivered. This is what I mean when I say stability and that things have changed. It's because the Judgment, the Six of Swords, the Judgment is like being delivered, right? It's the rapture, right? So it's like it's the deliverance. So it's like being taken from one situation and then not being in that situation anymore. And the Six of Swords represents how you Scorpios are not in that situation, because what's going on here for you is more so about the person that you do not talk to. You don't really care whether or not they want you to come back. They probably do because the Six of Swords is here, but you don't want them back. So it's like, right? And don't be surprised if you get the Six of Cups when I start to clarify some of these cards here. You have the Judgment, right? Things played out exactly how they should have. So this person is like asking, please, or trying to contact you to allow you to get your foot, to allow you to accept them back in your life. Two of you may have little ones together. It could have been, like I said, marriage. Marriage didn't end up working out. Profound connection, right? Not necessarily married, didn't end up working out. You Scorpios are like, nah, you moving forward. And it's like they don't want to let you go. But over the course of weeks, if you've been paying attention, you have been letting go. You've been letting go of them, even though they haven't been letting go of you. But the the justice here represents you Scorpios did what it is that you needed to. I mean, come on now. Y'all know that I'm not the biggest moral police. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because me personally, I think you should have ethics and have some sort of your own personal code of limits that you're not going to go, right? You shouldn't want things to become degenerate. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got to be scientists about this thing too, right? Like morality is the thing that stops a lot of people from doing the things that they need to do. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because don't feel bad, don't have survivor's remorse. You Scorpios did what you were supposed to do. And so the two of wands and the page of swords here represents how you Scorpios, now it's like you don't have them anymore. Now it's like, okay, how do you Scorpios feel about getting to know someone new? Maybe some of you Scorpios have little ones, right? And again, this is not the biological parent. So now you stepping out here into the world trying to find out how people will kind of, accept you, the fact that you have a little one and everything like that. You may not, you Scorpios may be looking at it like, well, you hope um, someone will accept you. If not, well, then you're just out of luck. And so the thing about and so the thing about it is the two of wands represents how you're in a place where I tell you why I'm laughing at the end. So the thing about it is that for you Scorpios, this is about like how you're trying to make a connection happen, not necessarily with anyone in particular, but you just want to be seen as attractive, and you want people to see you as attractive many different ways. Yes, physically, right, but also you want them to accept your situation. You were married before. Maybe some of you don't have little ones. Maybe y'all can be out here, but again, like when you're married, remember you know the dating pool changes. You feel me? With time, the dating pool changes. Of course, some things remain the same, but the dating pool changes, right? When I was coming up, y'all know I tell these true stories. When I was coming up, it was you just basically had to have some money. And I was born in the early 90s. I was born in 91, you know, but I was watching at how I'm paying attention to the progression of people's greed, people playing games and people saying that they want this and they want that. You had to have the latest stuff. Back then it was you had to have a beeper. You feel me? Beepers was cool. Now it's like you got to have a house and $1 million and at least 5 acres of land. And it's like, yo, be quiet, because you don't even know how large an acre of land is. More than likely they don't. They probably, I mean, they might, but more than likely they don't. Because I have looked at land before to buy myself. I have. I'm not joking. 1 acre is kind of a considerable amount, right? 1 acre is kind of huge compared to one person. So you sitting up there talking about 5 acres. Do you know how big 5 acres are? But the point I'm trying to make here with that is that you want to be seen as attractive. And so the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords here is that for you Scorpios, this is about not only you being seen as like enticing and being seen as a good option, but you also getting good options yourself. What can you get, right? Because a lot of this relationship stuff is really messed up, right? Like I was just talking to somebody, I'll tell you now. I was just talking to somebody and I was like, hey, I'll give you my heart, shawty, and she was like, I'd rather have your wallet. And I'm like, nah, shawty. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that. She's like, well, I guess we both out of luck. And I'm like, I guess we are. No doubt we are. And I gotta go. But, she's upset because, I'm not around a whole lot. But it's not that I'm not around a whole lot. It's just that I find time in the, well, I ain't gonna, really bother her or really be up in her face. But like, she doesn't understand that it wasn't me neglecting her. That's not what that was. What it was, y'all know I got more video games coming out. I got a web browser coming out. I got other things coming out, right? The web browser actually is on the way. It's being made, by the way. So right now. So things are happening, right? YouTube channel. I'm writing a book, another one for all the people who didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm making good use of my time. So I'm not just like being a bum. But it's like she don't understand that. So it's like, I don't know, right? But then if I tell you X, Y, or Z, would you do it? And this is what I was trying to say to you, Scorpios, about how you have the correct mentality, right? Because the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords here represents like, okay, you out here in the dating pool. They better treat you right too, right? The Eight of Pentacles, because if they don't treat you right, you don't need to have them around you. What would be the point, right? Like, you have so many dysfunctional people. What would be the point of that, right? Especially if you're doing something for yourself and you're not like a bum, right? Feel me? Like I you know, some wild stuff. I had some people who was disrespectful to me, basically call my family and ask us for help. And we're like, no. So that's my point. Like, you deserve a good option also. It's not just about the value that you're bringing. It's also about the value that you get too. So a lot of you Scorpios, from what I'm seeing from this reading, a lot of you Scorpios are really just trying to make sure that once again, you get a fair deal. It's not something where, like, because of your age per se, that you can't find anybody, right? Or maybe you have little ones, or maybe you were married before, right? And so, yeah, because, you know, love is real janky right now. Love is really a janky situation. But a lot of you Scorpios, honestly speaking, you know, Scorpio, y'all are really one of the zodiac signs that I could really kind of give game to. One of the best things for you Scorpios to do, honestly speaking, is to really just put yourself out there, honestly, because you really don't have anything to lose, truth be told. You don't. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, Five of Wands, Five of Swords, no, excuse me, Eight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the Queen of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, right? To clarify the Eight of Pentacles, you have value. A lot of you Scorpios have a lot to bring to the table, but only under the condition that you and this person actually get along. The Ace of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Swords here really are about how, so what's going on with you, sorry about that, what's going on here with you is the Ace of Wands and the Five of Swords, right, is about how people will try to like shortchange you if you let them. And for some of you Scorpios, I'm seeing that this has been the case where you've tried to date recently and some people have tried to shortchange you. What they were willing to bring to the table when you gave them a chance and to see what it is that they'll do, you Scorpios probably found them in a whole bunch of lies. And of course, we all know, anybody who study the zodiac signs, a lot of people don't know that they should. They think that the zodiac signs is a bunch of bull. No, it's not. It's just that the zodiac is just not the only thing that counts. It's the zodiac sign and it's also the person's personality. Both of those two things mix is what makes the person. But the zodiac sign does have a significant play. It is what it is. It is what it is. And so you found out that a lot of them were probably lying, or they're very inconsistent, which is not whom they portray themselves to be. And the Eight of Swords right here for you Scorpios is about how, so you just wasn't going to let them play you. You know, you're not going to, you wasn't going to make the same mistakes that you Scorpios made 2023, 2022, 2021. No, you're done, right? And so the thing is that the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here is, you're going to watch a lot of people make this is YouTube, fools out of themselves, and not in a good way, trying to run game on you Scorpios. Again, keep your head up. That's what it is I'm gonna say to y'all. You got a lot of stupid individuals out here, but keep your head up for real, because again, I feel you, you know. Not everything is going to be as it seems, but my thing is this. My thing is, if you want to get out, cool, right? And you make that decision, cool. But for the people who want it and they're trying to date, again, I'm going to encourage you to keep doing that. Either way, I'm going to encourage you to do whatever it is that you want to do. So once again, just do it wisely. You know what I mean? Just understand, what type of time it is. You feel me? Don't get caught up with the dysfunction of thinking that, you know, just because I ain't gonna say everybody, but just because a lot of people are on that, it means that every single last person whom you interact with is not like that. I'm not like that. A lot of people are not like that. You feel what I'm saying? You just really have to be able to, honestly, you just have to fraud check people. You just have to make sure that people are they are who they say they are, or they are who they act like they are, or what they're doing is authentic. I've talked about this before. Real people do real things. I told y'all that I was going to make a video game. I didn't jerk your chain. I made the video game and I put the video game out. Why would I spend so much time pumping y'all up to let y'all down you know what I'm saying? Why would I do that at all? Let alone if I know that that's what really is going on behind the scenes and I'm doing that. I don't have a reason to lie to y'all or anybody else for that matter. So you just have to fraud check people. You know what I mean? You just really got to just, make sure that people are just for real, and that if they're and if they're not, and come to find out they just weenies, so to speak, they're just weenies. You just can't take them seriously. That's it. Oh, Dr. Bo, I told y'all I was practicing archery. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. Peace. Oh, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We are at 28,900, I think 946 subscribers. Hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. If you want to come through and get a personal reading, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Yeah, peace.